Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Now, let's get right to the heart of something that I know might sound shocking at first, but it's something I promise when you understand it will change the way you look at relationships. We live in a world where we often hear about what men want: sex, success, power, status. All of these things are important to them, sure, but let me let you in on a little secret. There's something men secretly desire more than sex. What is it, you ask? It's not what you think. It's not the obvious. It's connection. Now, I know you might be thinking, wait, isn't sex a form of connection? And yes, absolutely it is. But what I'm talking about here is a deeper, more meaningful connection. A connection that transcends the physical. Let me break it down for you. Men, deep down, want to feel like they're truly seen. And I don't just mean seen on the surface level, the way they look or what they bring to the table professionally. I'm talking about who they are at their core. They want to know that they're valued for their thoughts, their emotions, their fears, and yes, even their vulnerabilities. Think about it. Men are often expected to carry a lot of weight in our society, to be strong, stoic, to have it all together. But here's the thing. You know what makes a man feel more alive, more wanted, more desired than anything else? It's being understood. So ladies, here's my challenge to you today. When you're out there in the world of dating or in the relationships you're already in, remember this. The deepest desire men have is not just for sex. It's for real, meaningful, emotional connection. When we talk about what men truly desire, it's easy to assume that their deepest needs revolve around physical attraction or sex. We've been conditioned to think that men are primarily driven by physical desires, and while sex is certainly a part of any relationship, it doesn't always capture the full extent of what men long for. The truth is that on a deeper level, many men desire emotional connection more than sex. They crave someone who understands them, listens to them, and validates their feelings, someone who truly sees them for who they are beneath the surface. For men, emotional connection is the foundation of intimacy. While sex can be a way to express attraction or affection, it doesn't always foster the deep bond that comes from truly connecting on an emotional level. The reason for this is simple. Men, like everyone else, want to feel valued for who they are as people, not just for their physical presence or their ability to fulfill someone's desires. When a man feels emotionally connected to someone, it gives him a sense of being truly understood, something that is often missing in a world that can feel transactional or superficial. In many ways, the pressure placed on men in society to always be strong, stoic, and in control can make it difficult for them to express their true emotions. From an early age, many men are taught to hide their vulnerabilities, to put on a mask of toughness, and to avoid showing weakness. This often leads to emotional isolation, where a man may feel like he can't fully share his inner world with anyone. This is why when a man finds someone who listens to him without judgment and who makes him feel safe enough to express himself openly, it's like finding a rare treasure. The emotional connection that men crave isn't just about having someone to talk to. It's about having someone who genuinely cares about their thoughts, their feelings, and their experiences. Men want to know that they're not just a partner in a relationship, but that they are seen as an individual with their own needs, fears, and aspirations. This type of connection isn't built through grand gestures or surface-level conversations, but through consistent, meaningful engagement where both partners share their inner worlds and create a bond of mutual respect and understanding. This desire for emotional connection also explains why many men feel frustrated in relationships that are purely physical or transactional. If a relationship feels shallow with little emotional depth, it's often difficult for men to feel truly fulfilled. The physical attraction might still be there, but if there's no emotional intimacy, the relationship can start to feel hollow. A man may seek sex or physical affection, but it's the emotional intimacy that keeps him coming back, that makes him feel alive and valued in the relationship. Furthermore, when a man feels emotionally connected to someone, he's more likely to be open and vulnerable with them. Vulnerability is a key part of building trust in a relationship, and it's what allows both partners to grow closer. When a man feels safe enough to express his emotions without fear of being judged or dismissed, he experiences a deeper level of intimacy that goes far beyond physical attraction. It's in these moments of vulnerability that real emotional connection is created, and it's what helps foster a lasting bond between two people. For a man, knowing that his partner is interested in his emotional well-being as much as his physical presence is incredibly important. It's not just about being desired in a sexual sense, it's about being wanted for who he truly is. When a man feels emotionally seen and understood, it creates a sense of security and trust that strengthens the relationship and deepens the connection. In the end, emotional connection is what sustains a relationship long after the initial sparks of physical attraction have faded. While sex can be an exciting part of any relationship, it's the emotional intimacy that truly keeps the bond alive. For many men, this emotional connection is what they secretly crave more than anything else, because it gives them a sense of belonging, safety, and understanding that no physical act can provide. Feeling truly seen and heard is one of the most profound desires that many men have in their relationships, even though they often don't express it directly. This need runs deeper than simply being noticed or acknowledged for their outward appearance or achievements. It's about being understood on a much more intimate level, being valued for their thoughts, emotions, and perspectives without fear of judgment or dismissal. When a man feels truly seen and heard, it fosters a sense of validation and security that strengthens his sense of self-worth and deepens his emotional connection to those around him. In many societies, men are often conditioned to mask their vulnerabilities and emotional complexities, being taught that they must always be strong, stoic, and in control. This cultural expectation can create a disconnect between how men feel on the inside and how they are expected to present themselves outwardly. It can leave many men feeling isolated, unable to share their true feelings or express the deeper parts of themselves. The reality, however, is that just like anyone else, men have emotional needs, struggles, and desires that go beyond the surface level. When a man's partner takes the time to truly listen, to engage with him on a deeper level, it provides him with an opportunity to feel understood, which is a fundamental part of human connection. It's not just about hearing the words he says, it's about comprehending the underlying emotions and needs behind those words. This form of attentive listening creates an environment where a man can drop his defenses and allow his true self to emerge. Whether it's his hopes, fears, frustrations, or dreams, he feels safe sharing these vulnerable parts of himself without the fear of being misunderstood or criticized. The process of truly being heard and seen in a relationship also involves validation. Validation doesn't mean that you always agree with the other person's perspective, but it does mean acknowledging their experience and emotions as real and important. It's the simple act of letting someone know, I understand where you're coming from, even if you don't have all the answers or solutions. For men, this form of emotional validation can be incredibly powerful, as it reassures them that their feelings and experiences matter, even if they don't fit the traditional mold of strength or masculinity. When a man feels truly seen and heard, it creates a sense of trust that is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. Trust is built over time through consistent and empathetic interactions where both partners are able to communicate honestly and openly. It's not just about one person sharing their emotions, but about the other person receiving and respecting those emotions. For men, this trust allows them to feel that their partner is a safe space, someone they can rely on and be vulnerable with without fear of rejection or ridicule. In a relationship where a man feels seen and heard, there's also a profound sense of emotional intimacy that goes beyond physical attraction or shared interests. Emotional intimacy allows both partners to connect on a deeper level, fostering a bond that is rooted in understanding and acceptance. This kind of intimacy is essential for the longevity of any relationship, as it helps both individuals weather the inevitable challenges and changes that come with time. It's this emotional closeness that ultimately makes the relationship more fulfilling and secure. Additionally, when a man feels truly heard, he is more likely to open up and share even more of himself over time. This isn't just about discussing feelings or emotions. It also involves sharing his thoughts, his ambitions, and his vulnerabilities. Feeling heard encourages a deeper level of communication, where both individuals are able to freely express their needs and desires without fear of being dismissed or misunderstood. As a result, the relationship grows stronger as both partners feel a sense of mutual respect and understanding. For a man, feeling seen and heard can be a transformative experience. It shifts the dynamics of a relationship from one of surface-level interaction to one of deep, meaningful connection. When a man knows that his partner truly understands him, beyond just the words he speaks, it creates an emotional bond that is difficult to break. He no longer feels the need to hide parts of himself or present a false version of who he is. Instead, he can show up in the relationship as his authentic self, knowing that he is valued and accepted for all that he is. Ultimately, the desire to feel truly seen and heard is a fundamental human need, not exclusive to men, but essential for everyone. In a world that often prioritizes quick fixes and superficial connections, creating a space where someone feels understood on a deep emotional level is one of the most powerful ways to build lasting, meaningful relationships. Curiosity and emotional safety are two of the most crucial elements in building a strong, lasting relationship, particularly for men who often seek deeper connections beyond the surface. While many people understand the importance of physical attraction and shared interests, what really strengthens the bond between two people is a genuine curiosity about each other's inner worlds, combined with the emotional safety needed to explore and express those worlds without fear of judgment. When both of these elements are present, it creates an environment where vulnerability can thrive. Emotional intimacy deepens, and trust becomes a foundation for the relationship. Curiosity in this context means a deep, genuine interest in understanding the other person. It's about asking questions that go beyond the typical, "How was your day?" and instead delving into the thoughts, emotions, and experiences that shape who they are. For men, this type of curiosity can be a breath of fresh air. Too often, men are expected to be strong, independent, and emotionally self-sufficient, leaving little room for them to express their deeper feelings. When someone takes the time to ask meaningful, thoughtful questions, it shows them that their inner world is valued, that they are worth getting to know on a much deeper level. The key to curiosity is not just asking questions, but also listening, truly listening to what is being shared. It's about being present in the moment and showing empathy toward the other person's feelings and experiences. A curious partner doesn't just want to know facts about the other person's life, but seeks to understand their values, passions, fears, and dreams. This kind of curiosity allows both partners to bond over shared experiences and beliefs, while also appreciating the differences that make them unique. For men, this level of engagement can help them feel heard and seen in a way that they may not experience often, and it creates the space for more authentic and open communication. However, curiosity alone isn't enough. Emotional safety is the other critical component that makes curiosity truly effective. Emotional safety means creating an environment where both individuals feel comfortable expressing their feelings, thoughts, and vulnerabilities without fear of rejection, ridicule, or criticism. It's about knowing that you can be your authentic self and that your emotions will be met with understanding and acceptance, not judgment or dismissal. For many men, emotional safety is a rare and precious thing. In a world where they are often conditioned to suppress their emotions and appear strong at all times, it's easy for them to feel that opening up will make them appear weak or vulnerable. When emotional safety is present, both partners feel secure enough to share their fears, insecurities, and challenges. Men in particular may open up more freely when they know that their partner won't use their vulnerability against them or belittle their feelings. Emotional safety isn't just about protecting the other person's feelings. It's about creating a foundation of trust where both individuals can express themselves openly without fear of retaliation or judgment. This safety is built over time through consistent actions that demonstrate empathy, respect, and support. One of the most powerful things emotional safety offers is the freedom to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, especially in a society that tells men to be strong and self-reliant. However, vulnerability is actually one of the strongest acts of connection two people can share. When a man feels safe enough to show his vulnerabilities, whether it's his insecurities, fears, or past hurts, he is offering a piece of his true self. This is where deep emotional intimacy is created. By responding with compassion and understanding, a partner can help foster this vulnerability, making the relationship even stronger. Curiosity and emotional safety also go hand in hand when it comes to conflict resolution. In relationships, disagreements are inevitable. However, when both partners are curious about the other's perspective and have the emotional safety to express their concerns without fear of being attacked or belittled, conflict becomes an opportunity for growth. Curiosity allows both people to understand the underlying issues driving the disagreement, while emotional safety ensures that they can navigate the conversation in a way that respects each other's feelings. Instead of arguments escalating into fights, they become productive conversations that strengthen the relationship by promoting deeper understanding. For men, being in a relationship where curiosity and emotional safety are present is transformative. It allows them to show up as their authentic selves. Free from the fear of judgment or rejection, it gives them the space to express their needs and desires openly, knowing that they will be heard and understood. This kind of relationship nurtures mutual respect and creates a bond that is resilient and lasting. Ultimately, curiosity and emotional safety are the pillars that support a deep, fulfilling relationship. When both partners are genuinely interested in each other's emotional worlds, and when they feel safe to express themselves without fear, the connection that results is unlike any other. It's a connection that is built on trust, empathy, and a profound understanding of one another, and it's this emotional intimacy that makes the relationship truly meaningful. Authentic connection is the cornerstone of any strong, lasting relationship. While physical attraction and shared interests certainly play their part, it's the emotional connection that truly fuels deeper attraction and intimacy over time. When two people form a bond based on genuine understanding, respect, and shared vulnerability, the attraction between them moves beyond the surface. It becomes rooted in something far more meaningful, something that creates lasting chemistry and strengthens the bond in ways that mere physical attraction or superficial traits cannot. Attraction, in its purest form, is often thought of as something driven by physical appearances or momentary sparks. However, what sustains attraction over time and what makes it truly powerful is the emotional depth that grows between two people. When individuals connect authentically, they begin to see each other for who they truly are, flaws, quirks, strengths, and all. This level of vulnerability fosters a deeper bond, where both partners feel safe enough to be their authentic selves, free from judgment or the pressure of perfection. An authentic connection is built on shared values, mutual respect, and honest communication. These elements create a space where both partners feel valued, not just for their appearance or social status, but for who they are at their core. When a man feels truly seen and understood for his emotional world, it deepens his attraction to his partner as he recognizes that the connection they share goes beyond anything superficial. He is drawn not only to her physical beauty, but also to her ability to make him feel heard and the trust and respect that come from authentic connection make him feel secure, which in turn makes him more open and vulnerable in the relationship. This vulnerability enhances the attraction as both partners are able to be completely themselves without fear of rejection or judgment. What's fascinating is that emotional connection often intensifies physical attraction. In the early stages of dating, physical attraction can be immediate and intense, but it's the emotional bond that keeps that attraction alive over time. When two people feel emotionally connected, their physical intimacy becomes more meaningful. It's not just about physical pleasure, it's about sharing an experience that is emotionally fulfilling. This kind of emotional and physical intimacy is deeply intertwined, each enhancing the other. As the emotional connection deepens, so does the physical attraction, because the relationship is built on a solid foundation of trust and mutual understanding. When both individuals feel free to be themselves and share their true selves, the attraction becomes something far more substantial than it might be in a relationship where people are trying to impress or play a role. In these more superficial relationships, the attraction often fades as soon as the initial excitement wanes because there's nothing deeper holding the bond together. In contrast, authentic connection creates a lasting sense of closeness that is both comforting and thrilling. The more two people genuinely understand each other, the more their emotional bond deepens, and the more their physical attraction grows. Furthermore, when there is an authentic connection, it creates a sense of emotional safety in the relationship. Both partners feel secure and supported, knowing that they can rely on one another through difficult times. This security makes it easier to navigate challenges and disagreements because the relationship is built on a strong foundation of trust. When a man feels emotionally supported by his partner, he is more likely to show up in the relationship, both emotionally and physically. The sense of security enhances his desire to invest more in the relationship, which further fuels the attraction between the two of them. Authentic connection also encourages growth, both individually and as a couple. When both partners are comfortable enough to express their goals, dreams, and fears, they become each other's support system, encouraging each other to reach their potential. This growth, both personal and relational, creates a dynamic that is always evolving and never stagnant. The attraction grows stronger as both individuals feel empowered by the relationship to become the best versions of themselves. When there is a genuine emotional connection, the attraction becomes multidimensional. It's not limited to the physical realm, but expands to encompass mental, emotional, and even spiritual dimensions of the relationship. This holistic attraction is what keeps a relationship vibrant and exciting, long after the initial phases of dating have passed. It's the kind of attraction that is rooted in admiration, respect, and the joy of truly knowing another person on a profound level. In the end, authentic connection is the fuel that sustains long-term attraction. Physical chemistry might spark a relationship, but it's the emotional bond, the mutual understanding, and the shared vulnerability that keeps the attraction alive. When two people are emotionally connected, they create a dynamic that continually strengthens their bond and deepens their desire for each other. It's a connection that is genuine, rooted in respect, and built on the foundation of two people truly seeing and understanding one another. And it's this connection that transforms initial attraction into something far more powerful and enduring.